instead of going through it again this week, but most of you are all new here. So, and today I want to introduce you to the, Mary Jean has just posted the,
Oops, that's the wrong one, isn't it?
no, that's it. No,
Oh,
that was
sorry.
it.
Okay.
It just gives you an idea of what we're going to do. First, I'll go through the basic principles, and then we'll do the warm-ups, and then I'll do just give you an idea what the warm-ups are. And then I'll try to leave at least 20 minutes or so to do the first, or more, maybe half hour to do the first 4 moves in detail. And Mary Jean also has a list of all the moves, and that we should be able to make available to you too, if you like. And my teacher was Master Moy at the Taoist Tai Chi Center that is actually was, or it is still just outside of Orangeville. It has a different name now. And okay. During the warm-ups, like the Danyu and the Toryu, I can show you most of those basic principles. And I don't know, can I see myself while I'm doing that with that on the screen, Mary Jean, or not?
You'll just see the little square of yourself.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be very small, and from a distance you may not be able to see yourself too well, but.
Right. Okay. And I think I can remember the basic principles. I kind of forget them after they're automatic now, but okay. Let's go through the basic principles. Maybe you can put me on screen, Mary Jean, so I can see myself full screen.
Oh, okay, sure.
I want to be able to see my feet, I think. Let me know if you can. I think I know where I should be. About right here. And
looks good.
Okay. Let's see. First is the 45 degrees step, which is basic. It's feet together. One foot, either right or left, 45 degrees to the one that's facing straight out. And this one will be 45 degrees. And then you sit and step straight out. And when you draw the heel back, it should be just about in line with the heel of the other 45-degree foot. So you don't want to instep during the moves. Balance it goes very off. And if you outstep, you can't rotate very well. So keeping that 45-degree angle between the feet, between the back foot is usually 45 degrees to the front foot. So anyway, and then you will be changing as you go. What's the next one on that list, Mary Jean?
1 second, let me look. So opening
I forgot to print it out.
Left grasp, the left grasp bird's tail.
Oh, no, yeah, no. During the basic principles. Yes,
okay,
thank you.
So 45 degree angle step, 45 and then degrees, position of the front knee. Position of the front knee.
That's looking down on top of your toes. You should always be, in any move, when you look down, you should be able to see your toes. You can be a little bit forward or back, but you should always be able to see. If you go too far forward, it's quite painful on the knees. They're not comfortable at all. If you're on the back foot, you should still be able to see the toes. So that's a basic principle. 45 degrees, see your toes. And then the next one, I think there's another one is called squaring the hips,
Yes.
which when your weight is all on the back foot here, your hips should be square with that foot. And when you're forward here, your hips should be square. So when you shift your weight, you square the hips to the other foot. And that is really, somebody mentioned spinal movements, how to keep yourself balanced and aligned with your spine. It's keeping the hips square. So you're going like this and like this. And you move from back to the one to the other. I don't know if you can, I'm not too square at the moment. I was mentioning how COVID has increased this part. I need to work on that one. You can still do Tai Chi, but it's, yeah, I'm not happy with the weight. Okay, so here again, on the side. You can see my toe. The next one is an alignment between the back of the head to the heel. That should be straight. You shouldn't be leaning forward. You shouldn't be back. You shouldn't be looking down. You can glance and look and whatever, but your head should basically be in a line from here to your heel. So that's a few of them already. Squaring the hips, toes, equal and opposite forces. That's another one. There are a lot of the moves, your arms go out and down. So one is you're equal and opposite. You don't push more with this one or this one. It's just, equal with intention, not a hard force, but it's just so you can feel it. And it's opposite forces. And then there's, can't remember what the others are on there.
Straight line.
Straight line, got that one?
From the head to the heel, yeah. So you got all those. And then the tiger's mouth, it says.
Oh, yes. Throughout Tai Chi, the hands, here, I'll get a little closer for that, are not slack, but they're basically like this all the way through. And they're not stretched out either, but just with an attention, just with an awareness of your hands. And the tiger's mouth is usually between this finger and this one. You could say, but it's basically, yeah, between that one. If you keep your thoughts, whenever you think of your hands, the tiger, that's called the tiger's mouth, with intention. And I think was holding the ball was another one. Part of that is when I say hold the ball, you have what you think of as a ball between your wrists. It can be any size, tension, should not be touching, but you can feel the energy. If I get close enough, I can feel heat between the two, and you can kind of expand it. But it's called hold the ball. So just put that much space between your hands, your wrists. And what was the other one? Oh, bubbling spring. That's a fun one. Under your feet, the point of balance is just behind the ball of your foot, behind the toes. So when you're standing on one foot, or you're not quite balanced, you get it by thinking about that part of your foot. And that's where it gives you a pretty solid stance, either foot. And sometimes you have to think about it, and it's there. So, and you don't want to be moving your knees around. If your legs are a bit weak, it's a bit hard to get into, but that's the focus anyway. It's behind, and they call it a bubbling spring. It's water is very hard, but anyway, maybe the bubbling spring is where it comes. It's like air, right? Air in the water. And if you feel yourself like you're standing there on a bubbling spring. You're floating on the water, and it's not like on water skis, but you're just floating on the water. It's a great concept, great image. Anyway, those are the basic principles, can you see me, of Tai Chi. And we're going to do some warm-ups, and I'll try to walk through each one. Okay, the first one we'll do is a Danyu. Your feet are shoulder width apart, about, with the toes pointed out a little bit further than shoulder width. And you hold your hands out in front of you, flex your knees, and you do a squat, really. And just go down as far as you can, bending your knees, and up again. Down and up. When you go down, it's not like a workout squat where you're keeping your core tight. You actually let everything go. So you let the belly go. You just let your shoulders drop. And then when you come up, you push up with your legs. So, and I usually do about 10, 15 of these before I do a set. So if you're doing this, try it for about 3 times. 2. And 3. So your hands too, you're always got that tiger's mouth, and you turn them over as you go down and back up when you face up when you come up. But you can start to feel it right away. Get nicely warm, especially after you do 15. This one is the Toryu, feet together, 45 degrees on one foot. All your weight on the 45-degree foot. Raise, step straight out. So you got 45 degrees between the two. Go to the front, square your hips, heel to the bottom, see your toes, and then your arms out like this. Tiger's mouth. And then when you shift your weight, you rotate the spine under your head. I'll just show you first. You go. You always look straight ahead, so your spine rotates under your head. Shifting your weight from the one foot to the other. Again, I'll do it facing you. 45 degrees, set, step, and hands out. This way. Shift your weight, rotate the hips, keep looking straight ahead. And when you turn to the back foot, you're not turning your shoulders like this. You're just following your spine. So your shoulders, everything stays, and you rotate the spine as you go from one foot to the other. Okay, and you do that on both sides. Other side would be this way, down, step, this. If you do nothing else in Tai Chi, these warm-ups are great in the morning to get you going, get your blood circulating. You go back a bit so you can see my feet. Okay, now I'll do the same thing without moving my arms. So you can see, hopefully, a rotation on the hips. I'll do it a little bit like this. Sit, step. When I'm forward, I can see my toes. And pretty well all my weight is on that foot. I should be able to lift up the back foot. It's a little bit of a, and the same on here. Your foot should be able to lift up. So you're straightening the front leg and bending the knee on the other one straight out over the foot. And as you do that, your hips rotate automatically. Straighten the back leg, bend the front, and the other way. So it's important to kind of sit in that hip here when you come down. Gives you a good workout there. The same here, you kind of sit. And then just, it's really just straightening in one leg and bending the other knee. And if you let your hips go, they'll follow that motion. And my head should be straight. Rotating the spine. It's a great warm-up. And then your hands, you add those. When you bring them down and then rotate the front, same leg is over top. And then you come up and rotate back. This is in a lot of the moves. And out. And back. Okay. I may only do about 3 warm-ups, but those 3 those 2 are primary. Okay, now one more. And then I'll give you a chance to ask some questions. Okay. So feet shoulder width apart. And this is going to be a rotation of the spine, just basically like this and like that. Keeping the hips forward and following them only as they get. So it's a spinal rotation that kind of keeps it straight at the bottom, and the whole column rotates this way. And then if you're doing the other one, it's that way. So let's see if we can visualize that. So you're going this way and this way. And then you add the arms in. Your feet stay solid on the ground. One arm goes behind. That one goes down, the other one comes up. Following the rotation of the spine. This time you turn your head and follow the hand around, looking about 45 degrees from one side. You go through a full 90 degrees, 45 the other way. Rotate one leg to the other. Also, you're shifting your weight from one foot to the other. When you're over here, the weight's on that. And forward. That's a great one for stretching out the spine. Doesn't hurt to look behind you as far as you can go if you want on the first few, just to give it an extra pull. So the arm movements are really, this one is up, this one is pushing behind. I'll do it backwards. So you're going like this. The front one goes down, the back one comes up, and you follow it around. There we go. And you try to stand straight up. So you're going once more, do 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, we should do it balanced. We'll do 4. So that's how we doing. 2, 3 of the moves of the warm-ups. And now it gets a little bit easier. We're going to do a shoulder one, a good nice warm-up for loosening up your shoulders. You just stand shoulder width apart with your feet and bring your arms so they're crossed in front of you. Then you pull them apart, feeling the muscles in your back, upper back, pulling them back. Get to the end, and then you rotate around. So you just feel a nice stretch from the shoulders down to your fingers. Maintain that and squeeze your shoulders together and come all the way down. And then let everything go. Then come up again. Out. And down. And then relax. It's important to relax in there because otherwise you stay tight throughout the move. And that seems to be counterproductive. And just relax. Come up again. Open the hands, rotate the hands and the arms, and drop it to the back. So if you want to see from the back how it goes, maybe more like this. You keep that tension in between your shoulders, bring them back, and then relax. And again. Relax. You can keep your knees slightly flexed if you like. And relax. That's the fourth one. Let's see. Well, I'll show you them all. And then the next one is feet shoulder width apart. And this can get a little more energy work in this one. It's a push-pull. You push one arm out and the other arm in, keeping your elbows in. Not like this. Keeping your elbows down. And you're pushing and pulling. So basically, there we go. So you scoop, bring that one back, and this one goes out. So, and they meet in the middle, one facing in, one facing out, and push. Bring it up, push out, pull in. It helps to visualize a nice ball of energy, whatever color chakra you think needs work. Maybe, and then just pull that energy in and push the negative energy out. Pull in the positive, out with the negative. And you can do this, I usually do it about 15 times for each arm. So count to 30. And just slowly, tiger's mouth, keeping the knees flexed a bit, standing straight. There we go. That's not so hard. It's like the riding of the bicycle we used to do as kids with your arms. Okay. And another one is called the Tai Chi Wave. Arms out 90 degrees, and then you rotate along the axis of your forearm, keeping your shoulders back around that middle finger, keeping the tiger's mouth. And you can speed that up a little bit. So there's 2 bones in your arm, just visualize rotating them around each other. And let your shoulders relax. Might give it a little tension to follow the rotation. It'll tell you how sore your shoulders are and your arms. This is a great one for carpal tunnel. getting the blood circulation in your fingers. So again, there we go. And sorry, 4 feet shoulder width apart. There we go. You can go faster. I usually count to 50 when I do this. Again, feet shoulder width apart, knees flexed, 45 degrees out, for 90 degrees here, and rotate. You can do this while you're driving, one hand at a time. You're driving. And it'll get rid of all that tension in your hands and your arms. Get the blood circulating. And when you relax, you can feel them after you do that you'll feel them tingling as the blood is going through your hand. Okay, there's one more, and it's called creeping low like a snake. It's one of the moves in the set, and it's I wouldn't recommend it if you're not too flexible. You can still do it, but your feet go quite far apart, and you sit on one leg. You might want to just watch this for a second. And down, and then you switch to the other one. That is quite a nice stretch. So the arms actually go straight out, and this one goes down over the leg and over. Anyway, those are the warm-ups. If you do nothing else, it'll be very helpful. Any questions on those? Probably hard to know. You can feel your body is already nicely warmed up, ready for Tai Chi.
Yeah. How do we see the recording of that?
I think Mary Jean will post it and send you the link.
Yeah.
Is that right, Mary Jean?
Yeah, sure.
And as we get going during all the moves, we will do those before we do the moves or get to learn the moves. So just to get yourself warmed up. And we can do them all, or depending on time, how much we can do. So if there's no other questions, there's a lot in those moves, especially the Toryu. All the principles are pretty well there. Yes,
Johan, Margaret.
So I was wondering, when we're doing the hip, like turning 90 degrees, are our legs also switching, like the back leg bent and front? Or like, I guess I'm asking, are legs straight or bent when we're doing the 90-degree turn?
The one straightens and the other one bends.
Okay.
I'll show you again. So when you're going with the Toryu, I'll just have my hands on my hips. You're straight. This one is bent. This one is straight. And you can see your toe. So, and your hips are square this way, as much as you can. And then when you go to the back, you straighten the front leg and bend the back leg. And then your hips follow that. You're pushing your hip, this one up, and this one goes around and down. So.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And you kind of, instead of bending your knee over the foot, you sink as much as you can into your hip at the top. It's great for sore hips and backs as well. Okay, we'll have a go at the first few moves, at least the first three. They're fairly basic and simple. Maybe the fourth one as well. So when we start Tai Chi, feet usually straight, shoulder width. So both feet are pointing straight ahead. And now just take your arms, bend your knees a little bit. So you're kind of like this. And stand up straight. I usually take about 3 or 4 breaths, but just to get yourself focused and relaxed. Tiger's mouth. I'll show you the first one. It's raise the hands up to shoulder level and down. Now, as you move this foot, you shift. Let me see, go down, up. And this hand comes out, this one goes down, and you go into that first Toryu position, 45 degrees. And that's the first move. So again, up, down, opening Tai Chi. Lift up the toe on the right foot, that's what I'm using. And this arm's out. And then the heel on the left foot, set it down and rotate into that hip there. So again, raise the hands, down, lift the right toe, point it out, lift the left heel, 45 degrees to the front, and this one is pushing down, that one's out. So I'll just do the feet. I don't know if you can see them. Pick up the toe, turn, pick up the heel, set it down, continue your turn. So, right toe, heel, rotate the hips. Want to try it together? Stand in front, big breath. Raise the hands, down, right toe, right hand, left heel, left hand, and there we are. Now, normally I would go around each one of you and then check what you're doing. I don't know if I can watch you try it. So stand with, I'll see some of you there. There we go. Stand with your feet parallel and just get yourself relaxed. Try to raise the hand, that's it. And then down. And then the right toe, point it out. Lift the left heel, 45 degrees. Right hand out and left hand down. Ah, from here, it looks pretty good. All right. Any questions on that one? Feels good? That's another thing. If something hurts, don't do it. Don't go that far. Especially when you're turning your knees or twisting your hips. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Just letting you know, Jan, we have about 10 minutes, 12 minutes left.
Okay. We'll do the next move. Now we're up, down, up, up. Here we are. Now you hold the ball and there You can feel the energy between your wrists. I would say it's a ball of energy. Step up, step left, keeping that 45-degree angle. And then you rotate onto the left foot, squaring the hips here. And this hand is up in front of your face. It's called left grass bird's tail. So where were we? From here, we hold the ball, right hand over the left, step up, sit, step left, turn, left hand comes out, right hand goes down. Again. Hold the ball, step up, sit, step left, rotate, left grass bird's tail. Then both together, be parallel, hands up, down, right toe, left heel, left hand out. Hold the ball, step up, make sure you're balanced there before you step, rotate left grass bird's tail. Okay, once more, those two. Raise hands, down, right, left, hold the ball, step up, get your balance, sit, step left 45 degrees. So you want to make sure you're still in alignment with the heel. And that's left grass bird's tail. Okay, I'll get you the next move in. We're in left grass bird's tail. Now you hold the ball again. There's a lot of repetition. So we're like this, sort of like that. Hold the ball. Step up on the left leg. Get your balance. Step right. And left grass bird's tail. The left fingers are facing the palm, not touching, facing the palm. So like you're grabbing it, holding a tail between your palm and your fingers. And that's left grass bird's tail. So, where were we? No, that's grass bird's tail, sorry. Right grass, this is left grass bird's tail. Hold the ball. Step up on the left, sit, step right, grass bird's tail. So now, right from the beginning, raise hands, right toe, right arm, left heel, left hand, opening Tai Chi. Hold the ball, step up, sit, step left, left grass bird's tail. Hold the ball, step up. You can put your toe down to keep balance if you want. Step right, rotate, straighten the back leg, knee over the toe and bend the knee, and left grass bird's tail. Now, I'll show you with just the feet and the hips, if I can remember. So you're just standing for the first bit, and then you're lifting up the toe, putting your foot down, lifting up the heel, bring your heel down, and rotating the hips so you're sitting into that right leg. Step up, step left, rotate into that left leg. And then step up again, sit, step left, right, and then you rotate again. And that's the first 3 moves, just the feet. Sometimes you get confused trying to put the hands and everything in, but that's pretty basic. Feet parallel, bend your knees a bit, right toe, left heel, 45 degrees, square the hips, step up, toe down, step left, step up, sit, step right, rotate. So that's the legs. And then adding in the arms, go back a bit. Arms up. Now. Right foot, left heel. Hold the ball. Step left. Left hand out into left grasp bird's tail. Hold the ball. Step up. Step right. Rotate the hips. And grasp bird's tail. Okay. Any questions on that one? I can show you the 4th move, and then I'll give you some anticipation of doing it next week, if you want to continue. So now you're in grasp bird's tail. So now it's a series of movements of your hips and legs and hands. So you just rotate this one out and draw this and turn, just like in the torque. And then you come back and you grasp the wrist. Open the arms, drop elbows. And back again. So you're shifting your leg, rotating your hips from one to the other. And now from this one, you pigeon toe, hands in front of you. Shift your weight, make sure it goes all the way to this leg. Put your toe down. You make a beak with this hand. This goes in there. Sit and step. And that's called whip to one side. Tai Chi is done slowly, but I'm doing it a little slower than this way. So from left grasp bird's tail, or from grasp bird's tail, draw the bow. It's just a name for it. This part's not really a move. Take the pulse, drop elbows. Pigeon toe, toe down. Right, left hand into the right elbow, step, whip to one side. So that's the 4th one. I'll get you more details the next week. Anyway, you'll probably feel a bit of a workout just doing that. Very simple warm-ups and the first 3 moves. Any questions or thoughts? It's basically keeping your balance. And when you step from one foot to the other, you're sure of your step before you shift your weight to it. Otherwise, you lose your balance and your focus. And that's primary in Tai Chi is be sure of your step before you change to it. Not like walking where it's a controlled fall. We're just falling into one foot, falling in the other. Blah, blah, blah. If you walk, there's a Tai Chi walking as well, where you do a very 1 foot straight, 145, and then you switch, step, making sure of that. It's actually doing the whole toryu in a walk, which is actually quite awesome too. There are all kinds of things that Tai Chi does for you. Gets you warm. It's a physical exercise. Get you focused. It's meditative. You lose where you're at as soon as your mind goes off somewhere. And if you're doing 108 moves, you can really mix it up if you're not paying attention.